Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for your support. Today I'm going to kind of mop up the remainder of the Blue Note Classic series reissues that I have not taken a look at yet. There are four, and they are the following: Reuben Wilson's Love Bug, Incredible Jimmy Smith Home Cookin', The Prophetic Herbie Nichols, Volume 1 and 2, and Horace Silver Quintet, 6 Pieces of Silver. Before I get to that, if you're new, please consider subscribing. Hit subscribe and notification. You'll be sure to get all the new content that comes up. So, being the end of the year, I had these 4 releases sitting around. I hadn't gotten to them yet. I took a good listen to them over the last few days, and here's my impression. The 2 mono releases are 6 Pieces of Silver for Silver Quartet, and The Prophetic Herbie Nichols, which is actually from 2 10-inch LPs. So it's really quite old. Let me see if they have the original dates. They don't, but it's the 50s. It's hi-fi mono. This was the cover of the original, Volume 1, and this is the cover of Volume 2. And I love the way they did this. They did it in a gatefold with a beautiful picture and an essay. Just really, really nicely done. I love the artwork too. And I really like this session. This is the first time I've heard Herbie Nichols, to my knowledge. He may be on another album that I didn't realize, but as a leader, this is the first time. And even with the dated sound, because it is a little dated, you know, it's hi-fi, it's not stereo, so it's hi-fi mono, but on my system I have a mono switch, which is great, and it sounded very, very good. Just not hi-fi, but I really liked this piano-based sessions. These piano-based sessions, really inventive piano playing and compositions. They're all kind of short compositions, but there's about 6 per side, so they're not long stretched out things, but it's just piano, bass, and drums. Art Blakey's on drums and Al McKibben's on bass, I'm sorry. And of course Herbie Nichols on piano. But really, really interesting. I thought this was probably the best of the releases that I looked at in this segment. Very nice to have some monos coming out of note, you know. The other one was 6 Pieces of Silver, Horace Silver Quintet. And I absolutely love the cover on this. Beautiful artwork by Reed Miles. This one is kind of your standard session. It's Donald Byrd on trumpet, Hank Mobley on tenor sax, Horace Silver on piano, Doug Watkins on bass, Louis Hayes on drums, who was a young man. Actually, I was reading through this. And actually a teenager. But this is mono again. It was okay. I wasn't thrilled about it, but I thought it was pretty good. Kind of standard sounding 50s session. I don't know what else to say about it, but it was okay. I wasn't thrilled about it. I love the cover. Then my third Jimmy Smith album is Home Cookin'. And this one I liked a lot. This one features Percy France on tenor sax, Kenny Burrell on guitar, and Donald Bailey on drums. And I have never heard Percy France before, but when he comes in on the first track, which is called CC Rider, the fidelity of his instrument just made me jump. I was like, wow, the tenor sax is recorded really well. The organ is also recorded well, but there's times when I felt like it was distorting. But I think it's, if I remember correctly, hearing a Hammond organ live, in certain ways that you play it, the vibration or vibrato, I guess, can sound like distortion, or maybe they pushed it a little too far, but there are spots at some points where it sounded a little distorted. I don't think it's the pressing or anything like that. It's just the way it's recorded. Kenny Burrell adds so much to this session, and I just love him. I love him from the solo albums that I have, and anything he's on, he adds his magic to. And this one he did as well, and it's sprinkled throughout, and it's just gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. So overall, it's mostly bluesy kind of, the few bluesy cuts and a few more upbeat things, but it's probably, I liked it better than Chicken Shack for sure, and I may even like it better than Prayer Meeting. I have to hear that one again because it's been a little while, but I love that one. Now let me tell you a couple things about the quality of these pressings. Actually, let me do Reuben Wilson next, and then I'll tell you about the quality of the pressings. Okay, so Reuben Wilson, I missed out on his first Blue Note 80, which was called, what was it called? Blue something. I don't know. Blue Move? No, that's somebody else. Blue Mode. And this, I was looking forward to this. I like some of the later sessions that I've heard from Blue Note. And this is from 69, I think. 69. Features Lee Morgan on trumpet. Tenor sax is by George Coleman. Grant Green does guitar. And Leo Morris does the drums. When I first put it on, the first cut I felt had a problem. It sounded distorted in the bass drum. And I posed the question on the Steve Hoffman forum, because there's so many knowledgeable people there. And someone did respond with a very lengthy response. And apparently it is recorded a little hot, and this is not, this is on the tape, apparently. So I went back and I listened to Spotify stream, and I heard it, but it wasn't as prevalent. I'm talking about the first cut called Hot Rod. And so I listened to the album again, and I said, you know what, I'm going to order a second copy and see, because it really sounds like something's wrong with the pressing. So, but the session itself, I thought the originals were really interesting. I thought the covers were a little boring. I'm Gonna Make You Love Me, the old Supreme song, and Say a Little Prayer, the old Dionne Warwick song. I don't know, came off as kind of Muzak to me, but and then there's Stormy. I don't know if that was a hit or not. I didn't recognize the tune, but the rest are Reuben Wilson originals, and they are pretty cool. Nice groove. So I liked it a lot. I can't wait to see if the new pressing or the new copy is any better. So this is the problems with the pressing. So I mentioned what was bothering me on this one. I don't know if it's just cut hot and that's the way it's going to be, but I thought I'd mention that. With this one, I had non-fill in a couple places. I asked for a replacement. There's still a couple of spots, unfortunately, on the first track, CC Rider, that has a little ripping sound. It's only half a second each, maybe, but it's my favorite cut on the album. So I would like to get another copy. I've already gotten 2. Seems like we're back where we were a couple of months back. Horace Silver was fine, except I noticed immediately, just visually at first, that one side is really off center, unacceptable. So I'm already past the return window on this. It went by on the 19th, so I guess I'm stuck with that one, but it's not my favorite session. I'll probably not listen to it that much. So I'm okay with it, I guess. This one was fine. Perfect. I can highly recommend this. Out of all of these, if you, are okay with mono, I thought this was really great. And for the other ones, I think the Jimmy Smith is really wonderful. Just having Kenny Burrell on it and Percy France, it's really a great session, and I think those 2 are the best of those 4. So that's kind of a little cleanup for the rest of the year. I don't have any more Blue Notes to cover. I do have one jazz title left to cover, which is Mingus, and then we have a fresh slate for 2022. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you probably next year. Thanks for watching. Bye.